Hello everyone, it's great to see you again on the Wonder Garden channel. Today, I want to continue sharing with you a special care method for Phalaenopsis orchids, especially during the phase after their flowers have faded. The method I'm about to share today is perfect for those who love orchids but don't have much time for daily care. We will apply a simple hydroponic approach. With just a few natural, easy-to-find ingredients from your everyday kitchen, you can create an ideal environment to help your plant recover strongly. No need for daily watering, no worries about waterlogging, and you can clearly observe the root development. All you need is a bit of patience, and in a short time, the plant will gradually recover, become lush and green again, and soon bloom once more, potentially even more beautifully than the first time. Let's get started. The first ingredient I'm preparing today is 2 garlic cloves. Garlic is a familiar ingredient but has a significant impact on supporting plants, especially during the recovery phase. With its natural antibacterial properties, garlic helps keep the environment clean, limiting the growth of fungal diseases. At the same time, the compounds in garlic stimulate the development of new roots and protect the weak root system during recovery. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After finely chopping the 2 garlic cloves, I place all the garlic into a clean glass jar. Next, I pour about 500 milliliters of hot water into the jar. Note that the water should be just off the boil, slightly cooled, hot enough to extract nutrients from the garlic without destroying its beneficial components. Then, I seal the lid tightly and let the solution sit for about 3 hours. This orchid was purchased about 4 months ago, and after the flowers faded, I unintentionally neglected it for a while. Today I noticed it in a corner of the garden and decided to revive this orchid. To begin the recovery process, the first thing we need to do is remove all the old growing medium, especially the moss that's accumulated around the base and between the root crevices. This moss retains moisture for too long, easily causing waterlogging and creating conditions for fungal diseases to develop, especially when the plant is weak. I will gently remove the moss from the root crevices, ensuring the growing medium is completely cleared. After removing all the moss and old growing medium, we can better observe the current condition of the root system. At this point, I'll use specialized pruning shears, sterilized and clean, to cut away all the damaged roots. Any roots that are rotten, soft from waterlogging, or dried out and hollow need to be removed. If left behind, these roots not only lose their ability to absorb water and nutrients, but can also become a breeding ground for fungal diseases, affecting the entire plant. When cutting roots, I'll do so gently and decisively, avoiding damage to the remaining healthy roots. Finally, I'll rinse the entire plant with clean water. This helps remove any remaining debris from the root cleaning process, while soothing the new cuts on the roots to minimize the risk of infection. Once the plant is clean, I'll let it air dry completely in a cool, shaded area. To enhance the plant's recovery, in addition to the garlic water prepared earlier, I'll incorporate another ingredient, a fresh aloe vera leaf. Aloe vera is packed with nutrients, making it especially suitable for caring for orchids during the recovery phase. It contains numerous enzymes, amino acids, minerals, and natural growth compounds that stimulate new root development, soothe wounds from root trimming, and provide highly effective antibacterial support. Place all the aloe vera into a blender. Add 500 milliliters of clean water and blend the mixture until it is completely smooth and fine. Thorough blending ensures that the nutrients in the aloe vera fully dissolve into the water, making it easier for the plant to absorb when used. I'll blend this mixture until it's completely smooth and fine. Thorough blending ensures the nutrients in the aloe vera fully dissolve into the water, making it easier for the plant to absorb when used. Once the aloe vera mixture is ready, I'll use a sieve to filter out the residue, keeping only the clear liquid. This is the solution I'll combine with the garlic water prepared earlier. The combination of these two ingredients creates an extremely gentle care formula that is antibacterial, root nourishing, and supports the orchid's recovery naturally without causing shock or damage. To avoid shocking the plant, I'll further dilute the solution with 1 liter of clean water. Now, I'll soak the entire base of the orchid in this aloe, vera, and garlic solution. I'll let the plant soak for about 15 to 20 minutes. While soaking the orchid's base in the garlic and aloe, vera solution, if you observe closely, you'll notice a very interesting phenomenon. Small insects, sometimes aphids or ants hiding around the base or in the root crevices, will start crawling out. The distinctive smell of garlic is highly effective at repelling insects. The natural antibiotic compounds in garlic make the soaking environment uncomfortable for these tiny pests, forcing them to abandon their hiding spots. This duration is sufficient for the nutrients from the garlic and aloe vera to penetrate deeply into the root tips, providing gentle disinfection, soothing the cut areas, and creating conditions for faster new root regeneration. While waiting for the plant to soak, I'll use this time to care for the leaves. I take a soft cotton pad, lightly dip it into the aloe vera and garlic solution, and wipe the entire surface of the orchid's leaves. I wipe both the top and bottom of each leaf, doing so gently, which cleans off dust while allowing the leaves to absorb a thin layer of nutrients from the natural solution. Aloe vera helps cool and soothe leaves that are wilting or weakened, while garlic provides antibacterial protection, preventing fungal attacks. The remaining solution after soaking the roots won't be discarded. I'll use it to care for other orchids in the garden. First, I'll pour this solution into a misting spray bottle. Make sure to filter the solution thoroughly before pouring it into the bottle to avoid clogging the nozzle. Then, I'll lightly mist the entire leaf surface of the other orchid pots, both the top and bottom of the leaves. Misting with this aloe, vera, and garlic solution helps clean the leaf surface while providing a thin layer of nutrients, making the leaves glossier, healthier, and more resistant to pests and diseases. This is a gentle care method that doesn't shock the plant and is especially useful during weather changes or when the plant is in a resting phase. The second method is to use the remaining solution to water the base of other orchid pots in the garden. The way to know when the plant needs watering is when the root color turns silvery white like this. This is a simple yet highly effective approach, particularly for plants in the root nurturing phase or those recovering after blooming. For this natural fertilizer, for each orchid pot, you only need to water with 5 to 7 tablespoons of the liquid fertilizer solution. Avoid overwatering, as orchid roots absorb nutrients slowly. Excess solution not only goes unabsorbed, but can also lead to waterlogging or root rot. You can see that when I applied this method, the plant developed a very healthy root system, white, plump, and full of vitality. It's thanks to such a robust root system that the plant can absorb nutrients more effectively, leading to stable growth and soon producing new leaves and flowers. The roots are the foundation, and when the base is strong, everything above it becomes more beautiful over time. To prepare for the hydroponic growing environment, I'll use a transparent plastic cup and a thin piece of foam, like this. As for the foam, I'll cut it to fit snugly at the mouth of the cup, then create a slit and cut a round hole in the center, following the shape I've pre-drawn. This round hole will hold the orchid's base securely, keeping the plant stable throughout the hydroponic process without tilting or wobbling. For the next steps, I'll proceed slowly so you can observe clearly. Please follow closely and replicate each step. Just a bit of patience and care, and you can completely create a new home that's clean, safe, and conducive for your orchid to recover. Finally, to provide the necessary humidity for the plant to thrive in a hydroponic environment, I'll pour a small amount of water into the cup. The water should only cover a small portion of the root system. Avoid pouring too much, as orchid roots are very sensitive to prolonged waterlogging. After planting, place the plant in a cool, well-ventilated area with gentle natural light, ideally near a window or under a tree canopy, where it receives indirect morning sunlight. Avoid placing the plant in harsh sunlight or overly windy areas. Results after 2 months. Since applying the hydroponic method with the natural nutrient formula from garlic and aloe vera, you can clearly see the positive changes in the orchid. A new leaf has developed, fresh, green, and full of vitality. The older leaves, which were once soft and lacked vigor, have now become sturdy, thicker, and significantly glossier. This indicates that the plant is absorbing nutrients well, the root system is functioning effectively, and the hydroponic environment is truly suitable for the plant during its recovery phase. The root system has also shown very noticeable changes. You can see that many new roots have appeared, ivory white, plump, and extending downward in the water cup. These roots are a clear sign that the plant is absorbing water and nutrients very well, and the hydroponic environment has truly created ideal conditions for healthy root development. During the care process, you also need to pay attention to changing the water regularly. When you notice the water in the cup starting to change color, becoming cloudy, or developing an unpleasant odor, it's time to replace it with fresh water immediately. With just these few simple steps, if maintained consistently, your plant will stay healthy, the roots won't become waterlogged, and it will soon bloom again. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button to support the Wonder Garden channel. You can also subscribe and turn on notifications to not miss the upcoming orchid care formulas I'll share. Wishing you beautiful orchid pots in your little garden.